Welcome to the Gridiron Insight. I'm your host, Marcus Dent, aka Big Cuz, and today we're going to unpack the Mississippi State Bulldogs. But before we go too far in the show, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps me bring this content to you for free. So let's start with Jeff Lebby and his Mississippi State Bulldogs. I'm gonna say this before I get started. There's not a program in the country, especially a group of four, power four, that could withstand a new head coach every year. For 3 years straight, those kids have had a different coach at Mississippi State. And I think that's difficult on any program. In this era that we're in, with this NIL era, I think it's really tough to be able to put a good ball club on the field. Having three coaches in 3 years, I think that's tough. But nevertheless, this is where we are. This is college football. Um, the defense last year wasn't very good. They couldn't stop water running uphill. And Mississippi State has been known for guys like Fletcher Cox, Chris Jones, Pernell McPhee, Derek Slay, um, Jeffrey Simmons. So they've been known for some defensive players. So that's something that they got to get back on they got to get that back on the right track. Um, Nick Mitchell, um, pretty much the old man in the room. Um, Adding Jalen Smith from Tennessee, who was a freshman All American, that's going to help out a lot. Um, you got Broomfield, Diego Broomfield. If he stays healthy, he can help him out. So I feel real confident about that linebacker room. I think that linebacker room is going to be pretty solid. Um, in the secondary, man, you got Isaac Smith. He's one of the top players in the country. He can play. He can play in the box. He can play safety. He can be a cheater. I mean, he just loves being on the field and hitting people. He's an athlete that you only see every once in a while. So Isaac's going to be a big part of that secondary, along with Hunter Washington they get from Florida State, Dwight Lewis the third, who come from an NIA school, ended up being a four-star transfer in the portal, only had one offer out of high school, and this kid is. I mean, you go back and go and watch his film. He really looks good. So I think that's gonna really help him. On the defensive line, man, you got KBJ. He's another old soul in the room. I think his leadership is gonna really help that defensive line. But man, I think Trevion Williams. Man, I think that kid is gonna be something special. 33 tackles last year, 2 sacks. I think he's gonna get better. I think he's gonna get a lot better. So the defense, man, they got a lot of guys. Look like they're moving in the right direction. The defense is not as heavy as I would want them to be, but I think they're long and they fast, and I think with that linebacker core they got, I think they'll be okay. Um, Moving to the offensive side of the ball, the offense showed some signs last year, scoring a lot of points on Texas, Georgia. I mean, Leb is a signal caller, man. He's gonna call plays. He's gonna call plays. And Brenton Thompson from Oklahoma and Aiden Williams from Ole Miss, two kids I know pretty good. I think they're gonna be a big addition to what they're trying to do. I think I think he went out and got kids that he really knew. Okay, these kids can help me. I know a lot about them. These kids can help me, and I think that's what he did. But Shapen has to stay healthy, man. Offensive line is looking real good. Jimothy Lewis is I heard he is remarkable from where he was last year. He was one time one of the top offensive lineman recruits in the country. So I think they got to steal with Jimothy along with the other guys on the offensive line that Phil Longhold has brung in. I think they're going to be a solid group. You got a running back in Booth, man. Booth is the truth. I mean, that kid can run the football. I think he's one of the better backs in the SEC, and a lot of people don't give him credit for that. Along with Jordan Mosley coming back, doing his thing. I think the ceiling 6-6 for the Bulldogs. I really think if they can get 6-6, they can win all of the non-conference games, which is going to be tough. You got Arizona State in there, but I don't think Arizona State's the same Arizona State with Scatterboo and the rest of those guys. I think they'll fall off a little bit, and I think Mississippi State get them at home, so that'll be an advantage for them. If they can creep into that Tennessee game and be 4-0, hey, you never know. So Leb and the bunch, they have to get a SEC win this year. Last year didn't get an SEC win. Like I say, 6-6, I think is their ceiling. 3-9 floor, 3-9 floor, but 3-9 means you don't win an SEC game, and that's not going to be a good look for the program. So, I think Mississippi State has a chance to be better. I think they're going to get better over the years, and I think the guys at Mississippi State, the powers to be, just got to give Mississippi State time. He came there in a tough situation, and I know that's not easy to do, easy to win. The circumstances he put in, but hey, so that's my thought on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. In the comments, let me know. Drop down there in the comments and talk to me, and we'll get back with you a little later on this week. And I appreciate you. From the Gridiron Insight, I'm your host, Marcus Dent. Peace.